Hello and welcome back to Goatsburg and Brandberg and Caltopia and all these amazing places. And of course, welcome back to every problem that's ever spawned out of these places. Namely, the giant line of cars right here. I think it needs to be fixed. I think we're going to need to deal with that. This line of cars, I'm seeing the problem being that there's a lot of cars. Yeah, that's not actually really helpful. No, that was a really bad explanation of this situation. It's not going to save us at all. Okay, what I think could help is having this off-ramp either become longer or spread out onto its own little street area. So what I'm thinking of doing, and what I'm going to do, because I don't just think about doing things, I'm the freaking mayor of the town. I do what I want. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to move the off-ramp over to right about here. No, not there. I want it right there. Yes. And I want it to come and join up with this street here. Thoughts, reasons, why? These are all valid words. And they definitely exist in a dictionary somewhere. So shut your mouths. Why are we doing this? Well, I think that by bringing it off onto a less populated road, we can potentially reduce the number of backups. This also increases the length of the off-ramp itself. That means that more cars can queue up right in this off-ramp, thereby pulling the line of cars off of the highway and onto this off-ramp. Really, it just means we're moving the traffic issues a little ways. But we're going to get over that little snafu there. So we still got a large line of cars here. I think I'm going to let it play out, because we just took out the off-ramp here. And it looks like we're actually getting pretty good traffic flow through here now. Definitely a lot better than it was before. So we're going to let this play out and see if it cuts down on the amount of traffic. Now that we've fixed that little traffic problem, we're going to have to deal with the fact that Caltopia and Goatsburg, the love that they deserve, but as the city expands, we just have to leave the suburbs in the dust. It's just how it works. It's painful, it hurts, I know, but occasionally it has to happen. So we're going to work on this office sector a bit more. As the demand for industry mounts to truly ridiculous levels, we are going to need to expand this area. I'm going to expand it back a bit more, because expanding things back is just dandy, isn't it? Oh yeah, I was also wondering, off camera, where in the world is our, there it is, this is our train line. I want it. I want it so badly. Oh, it's right here. Right along here. So, why do I want that? Because I want to build a train depot somewhere down near the Knick-Knack Emporium of Magic, to potentially take a bit of traffic off of the highway system from the Knick-Knack Emporium of Magic. Although admittedly, the highway system is working pretty darn well. Gotta say, the entirety of the Knick-Knack Emporium of Magic is working really well. We could completely destroy that by just putting industry all along these roads. Wouldn't that be amazing? Hey Mom, I made a really good system. It's working now. Oh, isn't that amazing? What are you going to do next? I'm going to completely destroy it. Oh, that's great, honey. Good for you. You're such an amazing mayor. All that. Who put this guy in charge? You know who put this guy in charge? Me. I put myself in charge, and that's the worst kind of person to put someone in charge. You really need a second or third party involved in putting people in charge. My goodness. Whoever chose whoever chose me to be this mayor is out of their mind. Okay. So we're gonna put down more industry. How nice. That is a bloody large amount of industry we got there. This is gonna keep us floating for quite a while. How brilliant. How amazingly, excruciatingly brilliant. We're gonna need to put some... Why have they returned? The Japanese gardens, they go in and out of existence. I don't know. We're going to put some plazas with trees in this office area to increase the leisure of the area so that people in the offices don't become so bored with their lives that they throw themselves off of cliffs. That was a very exacerbating sentence to say. Mostly because of the way I said it. Which is in a very concerned way. We'll put some large parks here too. Come on. Roadside right there. There we go. I'm going to put a large park over here. And the office workers, after their long days of work, can come out to the parks and contemplate the meaning of life. Consider whether or not they're using their life efficiently and the way that they truly want to. And then they're going to proceed to off themselves as they realize that they aren't. It's just the sad truth of this place. Oh, come on. Space is not occupied. You can definitely put a park right there. If you don't allow me to put a park right there, I'm going to tear you to pieces. There we go. See, you just have to threaten things and it just does everything you want to. Look at it. Okay, industry is down. Commercial is up. Commercial is on the rise. Oh my lord. There's dead people all in the commercial zone. Put a crematorium in there. With complete disregard for any of the negative effects that could possibly come from having a crematorium in a commercial district. Of which I'm sure that there are numerous. Okay. We're going to continue the upgrading of Caltopia. Because Caltopia is behind the curve at this point. It needs to be better than it is. It can't remain this pathetic hometown shops. That's unacceptable. They need to be skyscrapers. Packing in as many knick-knack shops and goat feeding stalls as possible. So that one will never be able to escape the knick-knack shops and goat feeding shops. Because if you go up one level, there's going to be more. So we're just going to pack more commercial into this small area. That way. Of course, half of the traffic in Caltopia is buses, because all the buses converge in Caltopia. Look at all those buses. That's like a good 6 buses right there. It's a train of buses. That's just ridiculous. That's combining 2 completely different types of public transport into one. Okay, let's look. There was that whole, we're going to deal with the traffic by just waiting. And it's not doing terribly. I think we could design this off-ramp better. And potentially completely eliminate this. I think that'll cause traffic to flow a bit better. And then, what's out here? Solar power plants. We do need to keep that in working order. So I think what we can do is probably pause this first so we don't cause a terrible traffic jam elsewhere, but it's going to happen anyway, so we can't fix the situations. What am I talking about? Okay, what we're going to do is cut a little off-ramp here, have it go down to the ground, and we're going to have a slightly snaky little off-ramp here. The entire goal of this is that I think it was an issue that the cars were coming in here and they were at the wrong angle to try to get onto this ramp, so they had to turn quite a ways. I think that by angling this in such a way that they're pointing in the direction that they need to go, the cars will be able to move faster through the traffic. Then again, I could be completely wrong and I made that disgusting off-ramp for nothing. If that's the case, that'd be terrible. That'd be quite unfortunate. Okay, now that we've at least attempted to fix the traffic, and apparently have fixed the traffic, my God. Can it be that we've fixed something here? We didn't make it worse! At least for now. We're going to make it worse later. Now, as I said, we're going to give Caltopia and Goatsburg the love that they deserve, namely by expanding them. So we're actually going to start by demolishing a bit of it. Because what we need to do is have a big through road going down this way through Caltopia, because I'm going to start by expanding Caltopia. By giving this through road, it'll give the town a bit more coherence and make it look better. So in order to do that, we're going to need to empty this graveyard. Space already occupied. What is it already occupied by that you can't just knock down? There, we'll put it right there. So this cemetery is where we're going to put all of the dead bodies from this cemetery. Empty into another facility. So we're going to empty that into that cemetery, and that will allow us to upgrade this road to a 4-lane road, which we're going to do at some point. And we're going to have a 4-lane road. Nice 4-lane road with trees, because why not? What? You have 1,000 reasons why not. Well, shut your mouth. And then we're going to have it come through here. What in the world is this? What is this building? It's a fire station. Why is there a fire station right here? Let us relocate it onto the main road. There we go. Oh, shut up, everyone. Look, it's back in its rightful position, isn't it? Get over it, you twats. Expand it down to here. How nice. I know everybody's unhappy because I just literally built a 4-lane road through their living room. But it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. Your house is gone. Your livelihood is over. Since the house is a major tenant of the cult, you're now disowned by the cult. But it's okay. It's okay. It's not okay. They're doomed. I mean, once you're not part of a cult, part of the cult, not just a cult, the cult in Caltopia, it's pretty much over. Your life is done. They're going to find you and firebomb your house if it still exists. That being said, a lot of these people's houses don't exist anymore. So I think the cult's going to find it very hard to firebomb their house. They're just going to have to firebomb the person's face instead, which I've heard is a lot worse than firebombing their house. But I have no confirmed reports of that. Completely unconfirmed. We've been checking like Wikipedia articles and stuff. Nothing, no confirmation at all. I don't even know. Don't know who said it. Maybe like Greg. Greg said it. Greg was just going along and he's like, hey, dude, listen to this random hearsay I heard. Firebombing people's faces is worse than firebombing their houses. To which I say, who told you that? That's ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense. Everybody loves having their faces firebombed. My mother the other day literally said that she enjoys having her face firebombed, to which we then firebombed her face, and she stopped talking and started screaming. It was really weird. I didn't understand that one. Caltopia always brings out the worst in people. It's just the case. Or in the cult, or as the cult would say it, it really does bring out the best in people. So long as you're measuring the best by the cult standards, which they always do out here in Caltopia. Because those are the only standards that matter at all. And if you don't agree with us, Prepare for your house to be firebombed! Oh, cults. Never ends well. Have a little crazy little cul-de-sac down here. Look at that, a cul-de-sac. Except it looks nothing like a cul-de-sac, and it's absurd. You might ask, why in the world are you building suburbs when you have a metropolitan area? And you should probably be building a second metropolitan area so we actually get a legitimate amount of people moving into the city, instead of the piddly amounts that are going to come from expanding Caltopia. And anyway, Caltopia is a terrible place because it's filled with cultists and they want to kill everybody. Well, I would respond with first shut up, then shut up, and shut up. And then I would say Caltopia just isn't large enough. There are so many cultists coming up nowadays. All the kids are trying to get into it. It's all the rave in pop culture to be part of a cult. And really, we need to make socially acceptable ways of becoming a cultist. Or else we're going to lose this generation to, like, the cult of Cthulhu and, like, Steve Irwin's Face, which is a cult. I don't know if you knew that, but the cult of Steve Irwin's Face is a serious competitor of Caltopia. Not a clue why they like Steve Irwin's Face so much, but yeah, I guess he's just a nice-looking person. I don't know if he's nice enough for a cult, but still. I mean, people do what they gotta do, I guess. Oh, look at this. Caltopia suburbs shall expand greatly, and without water they shall then soon dry up into nothing, as they try to clean their ceremonial blades with the blood of virgins, so that they can then cover them in the blood of goats, and they find that it is impossible because, of course, there is no water running from their tap. And the best thing to clean off the blood of virgins, I don't know if you've ever checked, is in fact water, and not the blood of goats. They tried once. They did experiments, because the cultists, of course, are avid scientists. They did extensive experiments into which is better, goat's blood or water, in terms of getting the blood of virgins off of your sacrificial knife. And 83% of the scientists who did the work said that it was definitely water, and that it was really hard. And the other, like, 17% of scientists said that it was really hard to tell the difference between goat's blood and virgin's blood, so they really just had no clue whether or not they cleaned it off or not. It's really been a point of contention within the cult, just like an underlying point of contention for quite a while. And there was almost a schism once, but then they firebombed all the people who wanted to cause the schism, and it didn't happen. That's how we roll in the cult. My goodness. Cult is a weird place, isn't it? It is very strange, that Caltopia. It's only getting bigger now, isn't it? Only getting bigger. But you want some parks, people? They're like, oh, there's such low land value around here. To which I say, oh, shut your mouth, I just put a park there. And now there's going to be a lot of small shops all around you. Apparently, they're really annoyed about the fact that I tore down tons of shops and never replaced them. Jeez, people, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you be so mad about that? It's like being mad about That's like being mad about being given dinner, having it thrown in your face and taken away from you. That's ridiculous. That's like a part of a cult community session. Is the giving of the food, the throwing of the food into the face, of course, of the recipient of the food, not of the person who is giving the food, because that'd be ridiculous. Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Come on, guys. The rules of the cult aren't that hard. They all make just perfect logical sense. You just have to really think about them, and then just really stretch the truth. And then you really understand the true meaning of the cult. But we can't discuss the true meaning of the cult because that is very strictly against cult rules. Those windy roads are the bane of my existence. They're terrible. Oh my goodness, look at Caltopia expand! And look at all the wasted space in Caltopia. That's where they do all their rituals, right in behind their houses. They have little ritual altars all over the place, just to plunge knives into the hearts of goats and occasionally virgins. Yeah. Caltopia, what a place. Well, we've got a small traffic jam along here. It's not too bad. Traffic's flowing pretty nicely through the off-ramp, so I'm happy about that. Look at that. Backing up a little bit here. The traffic jams going into Marketopia are, of course, truly real. Trying to get into and out of Marketopia is a living nightmare. Some call it the pits of hell. Then they go over to Caltopia and they realize that Caltopia is actually the pits of hell. Let's look at this. How's the traffic going on down here? My goodness. Offices create just no traffic at all. Nobody wants to go to offices. It's so strange. But we're getting good access. There's definitely people working in here because these aren't going out of business. Isn't that brilliant? Well, we've now got even more industrial demand. And we've got 28,000 citizens. How nice. 28,000. What are you complaining about, people? What do you want, an elementary school? Here, have an elementary school. I'm filthy rich. You can have whatever you want. You want gold-plated chariots? Have gold-plated chariots, but you're not allowed to use them on the streets because that's illegal. Well then. With that, apparently with gold-plated chariots, that is the end of our episode. Oh, look at it. Oh, nope. Those are the clouds. There we go. Now we got the city. Look at how it has expanded Vinralandia into these crazy little, crazy windy suburbs that are just massive. In industrial districts and office districts and the great area of Brandenburg. Well, as usual, if you like this video, like and subscribe. Of course, there'll be more soon enough. Soon enough, there shall be more cultists reigning within this city. But until then, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.